This is a report on how to use social media to promote your recreation vehicles, even if you don't have a clue how to use it. By Mark Elmo Ellis, copyright 2015. This is going to be a concise report on how you can use social media to market your recreation vehicles, quickly and easily with little or no experience. But before I get started, I would like to tell you the reason why I made this report on marketing with social media. A recent survey by Constant Contact, which is a premier autoresponder service, stated that in 2012, 54% of the businesses they surveyed needed help learning how to use social media to promote their businesses. However, in 2015, that number dropped to 44%. Now that would sound like a bad thing in the scheme of things, but as we get to the reasoning behind this, you'll see that it makes total sense. So is social media washed up because of this? Is it going to lose its panache? Should I tell my grandmother to quit wasting time on Facebook? Very simply put, what it means is that not only are people using social media as a viable way to promote their businesses and companies, but they're becoming more knowledgeable and sophisticated in their use of it. So therefore, there's less of a need to learn how to use it. There's less people learning how to use it because they're already using it and they're getting better at learning how to use it. So what does this mean to you and your company? If you're not using social media, sooner or later your competition will, and then you'll have three problems. First, you won't have a social media presence in your marketing mix, and your competition will. You'll have to bring yourself and your staff up to speed on how to use it. You'll also have to spend time and money trying to catch up. So this report is going to show you how to use a marketing strategy that will get a flood of people interested in your RVs without having to pester them or sell to them by using social media. As a matter of fact, initially, you're not going to sell to them at all. But before we get to that, let me tell you what this course is not. It is not a course on how to sell your RVs. That will be up to your sales staff and your training program for them. It's not a course on using social media as a standalone marketing system. Social media will only be a part of a bigger overriding marketing plan that you have. This is not the ultimate social media course. This course will give you all the nuts and bolts to get you started on an organized system and plan to implement for your business and your company. The good news is, this is not a 298-page ebook. Usually marketers, especially on the internet, entice you to listen to their message by offering an ebook or a series of them that are loaded with pages and pages of information. Some of these ebooks or reports are quite massive, and it would take you just about 2 weeks to read one. Of course, the logic behind this is that you'll probably be impressed with the huge report you're getting, and therefore you'll be overwhelmed by their knowledge base and expertise. I don't want to waste your time with all this extra fluff. I've deliberately made this report as short and sweet as I can without leaving out any important information. But before I go into how you can use social media to generate traffic to your company's website or business, I think you need to know a little bit more about me. Who is this guy? My name is Mark Elmo Ellis. I've been an entrepreneur for 20 years and a freelance copywriter for 4+ years. I've owned my own small manufacturing business, an online e-commerce site, as well as having worked in sales for various companies. I've written copy for and helped a wide variety of businesses, products, and entrepreneurs, and I'm confident that I can help your company as well. Now, how I got started with marketing my own business and how it can help you is a story that you need to hear. Because years ago, I was a professional jazz trombonist in the United States Army Band. I toured all over Europe and the United States playing music as one of the many musical ambassadors to the general public. During a tour in Alaska, I designed and marketed a music item that any military band could use. And I honestly didn't have a clue as to what I was doing at the time, so my marketing system was pretty simple. This is a graphic of it, of Elmo's incredible marketing plan. First, I got a mailing list of Army bands worldwide to market my product with. I created a one-page advertisement, which was the very first sales letter I ever wrote, and then I sent out the ads to all the different bands worldwide. Not much to it since I had no clue as to what I was doing. However, at least I had a system and did a couple of things right. That simple system pulled in good money for my family for many years to come, and it got me hooked on marketing. Unbeknownst to me, I'd done a few things right. Since I had designed this item specifically for military bands, I had a very, very focused niche. I had an excellent mailing list, and I got a list of addresses of military bands worldwide. This list was focused and put my product directly in front of buyers that were hungry for what I had to offer. I bought the book on how to design effective ads. I used those ideas to create a one-page sales letter with a great offer on it. And then finally, as you saw at the bottom here, I had the guts to actually try it. Prior to the internet, my business sales funnel was pretty simple. Get a mailing list, send out a direct marketing piece, and convert and make the sale. Now, social media gives businesses much more engagement. This creates greater opportunities for businesses and individuals to connect. It makes it a lot easier and a little bit more engaging. You can now interact directly with customers. You can bypass gatekeepers and get feedback immediately. This allows you the opportunity to find out exactly what prospects are looking for and address their needs. If done properly, you can gain people's trust. People buy much quicker from businesses they're familiar with, which is why really big brands are constantly in front of their target market. While most products and businesses can't have that level of exposure, social media can help you attain a level of familiarity with your prospects. 3, social media can help you gain a level of exposure that can save your company advertising dollars. Don't think of social media as just one type of engagement channel like Facebook or even Twitter. You can engage people on YouTube, post pictures on Pinterest, hold webinars, write engaging blog posts. The ideas are endless. Now, there is a dreaded downside to social media that you should know about. First of all, social media takes work and it takes time to create an effective media campaign. Like all forms of marketing, social media will not transform your business overnight. You need to have everyone in your business to help build a network. It can't be done just by you. The more people in your company that you have that are involved in your social media campaign, the faster it's going to work. And lastly, it's more difficult to measure conversions with social media than it is with other forms of marketing or other marketing campaigns. So 3 very important things that you need to know and that copywriters know. Now, these are things that you're going to be using while you build your social media campaign. First thing to keep in mind is that people don't like to feel as if they're being sold to. And this is one of the great key points of social media. You can easily engage them in a conversation without making them feel like they're being sold to right away. And that's a really good thing. Second thing is people are buying for emotional reasons more than logical ones a lot of times. So when they're looking at the vehicle that you're representing, they're getting involved with it emotionally. They want it, they got to have it, so forth. So they're not buying it off of total logic, which leads to the next point, is finally once a person has made a decision to buy, even if they haven't bought it yet, in their head they have, they will justify their reason to buy something or why they bought the desired item. See? So, people will say, well, gee whiz, we're going to go out and have fun with this, and we're going to do all the things that we've always wanted to do. All of these different things are going through their heads, and they're going to justify it to each other, to their spouses and to their families and friends of why they made this decision to buy. So the good news is that social media is a way to bridge a gap to those barriers that salespeople had to overcome in the past. Anyone can do this, provided they have a system. Anyone can do this, provided they have a system, and that is key, having a system. That's exactly what this course will do for you. Help you set up a system so you can easily approach, engage, and sell to your market and prospects seamlessly. Now for some preliminary steps. We don't want you to put the horse before the cart, of course. That's why we're going through this. But before I get to the nitty-gritty of this report, I want to make sure that we're on the same page of music, so to speak. Understand that this is not a report on how to sign up and use the basic function of social media sites. This is a report on how to use them to help market your company and its products. Don't fret, though. I mean, if you don't know how to use these sites that I'm going to show you, I'm going to give you premium resources and links that you can go and easily find out what to do. The sites that you've got to use to kill it with social media marketing. These are the sites you've got to know. To begin with, if you haven't done so, you'll need to get signed up to at least 3 or 4 of the top social media sites. Now, I know this sounds obvious, but in case you haven't done it yet, you'll need to get on board with more than one of them to make this plan work. The idea is to create a web of social media channels that will allow interested parties the ability to interact with more than one site or source. So this is my recommended list, and if you're not signed up, I've given you the links to do so. Number 1, of course, is Facebook. Facebook is the premier social media site, so everybody's on it, and it's a great way to share videos, pictures, talk to friends and neighbors, and so forth. So Facebook, to learn how to use it and set up a Facebook page, go to this site, which is called the Social Media Examiner. There is the web address right there. Go to Google and type in Social Media Examiner, and you'll be taken to that site immediately. This is one of the best how-to social media sites on the planet. It's got excellent graphics and step-by-step instructions on how to set up everything you need to set up a Facebook page. Site number 2 is LinkedIn. I've chosen LinkedIn because of the crowd that hangs out on there. LinkedIn can help out businesses with all sorts of interaction. The big mistake is to consider this site nothing more than an online business gathering. This is a place where CEOs, presidents of companies, and executives hang out and exchange ideas. They are just the type of people that would buy high-ticket types of items, and they have the cash to do so. So it's a real good idea to get involved in LinkedIn and to get your social media program started there also. A great site that will teach you how to quickly get started with LinkedIn is Casey Claveria's site. Casey Claveria, and here's his web address right here. He's an excellent 10-step system that you can start using right away to set up and run a LinkedIn account. But please bear in mind, there is a lot of work that needs to be done on LinkedIn to get your company set up. So you'll probably be working on it over a period of several months just to start getting noticed. The next site you're going to want to sign up for, social media site you're going to want to sign up for, is Google+. And it's hard to ignore Google+. When it first came out, not a lot of people wanted to use it, but now it has taken off, and there's a lot of potential there. It's still not getting as used as much as other social media sites, but it has been growing incredibly over the years. So you want to go to the site that's called Top 5 Awards, Google+ Top 5 Awards, and there's the URL, www.top5awards.com. And if you want to type the rest of this into your URL address box, you can do that. It has a great step-by-step page on how to sign up and use Google+. Great info if you don't have any knowledge of how to use Google+ yet. This will help get you started. The next site you want to sign up for, of course, is Twitter. As you well know, Twitter only accepts small messages. You can't type out really big ones. You should get a double value from this resource I want to give you because it's a simple step-by-step guide getting to setting it up and getting it running. It's real easy to do. And if you go to this page here, Beginner's Guide to Twitter at michaelhyatt.com, which is an excellent website. And the reason I told you to go to his site is because Michael Hyatt's site is just awesome. It's just loaded with all kinds of really high quality videos and podcasts. He's got an excellent resource on internet marketing. It's all free, and it's probably one of the best resource sites I've ever seen. So you ought to go to it. Just go to Michael Hyatt's site and type in Beginner's Guide to Twitter. You should be able to find it. And then the last tool you're going to need, and this is really the heart of your social media strategy, is you're going to need a blog. Almost all big manufacturing companies and companies that are involved in the recreational vehicle industry, boating manufacturing, and all the rest of it, almost all of those sites, if they don't have it, should have a blog. It is one of the key components to marketing today, and I'm going to go ahead and show you why it's so important. So in order to make your whole entire strategy work, you're going to need a blog. Almost every serious company has one. If you go to my site, www.elmocopy.com, you'll see what looks like a standard website, but it's actually a blog. That blog, bought through HostGator, only cost me about $150 for a full 3 years, and you're not going to get much cheaper than that on the internet. It's so inexpensive now, and it's so easy to set this stuff up too. Every day I go back and I'm amazed at how much easier it was than the day before to go ahead and set up one of these blogs. But they're very easy to do, and there's no reason why your company shouldn't have one. I'm going to show you why in a second, why it's important that you have to have one. But if you already have a website, ask your website manager or whoever runs it at your company to set up a WordPress blog and attach it to your website. Most hosting companies like HostGator and WordPress, they all have blog functions attached to it. All you got to do is go into your control panel and press a button, and you can have a WordPress blog. So if you have a website manager or somebody who is webmaster, they can easily set up one of these sites for you in a matter of minutes, literally minutes. Something you really need to check: if you already have a website, webmaster designer you're working with, they can easily install it in a few clicks of a button. If they tell you they can't, I would get another webmaster, because it's standard practice to have one of those. Like I said, HostGator, GoDaddy, FatCow, all of those web hosting companies offer as part of their program, part of their hosting plan, to have a website. They already automatically come with a WordPress blog. So to make it even sweeter, these plans are right around $4 a month. Do yourself a favor, check out what they have to offer, and you'll be surprised to find out if you already have it. I'll be amazed if you don't already have a blog attached to your site, to be honest with you, because all hosting plans come with it. Now, why your company should have a blog, otherwise hit yourself in the head really hard. This is really a no-brainer, but your business really should have a blog, as I said before. Why should you have a blog? It will serve as a central nervous system for your social media program. It's much easier to update. It can be done in a matter of minutes. It takes no time at all to update a blog in a matter of minutes. If you know how to use a word processor, as I'm going to show you in a second, you can create a blog post in no time. I have personally trained 7th graders. I am a technology teacher by trade. I've taught 7th graders, 8th graders. I've taught all kinds of kids how to blog. It was part of my technology course. Okay, very easy to learn. So if I can teach a 7th grader to do it, a marketing manager, people who work with a company should be able to figure out how to use it in no time. You can post all kinds of media to a blog. You can post videos, pictures. If you have a new update, if you have a new product, if you are showing a new model, for example, you can update this with a video in no time at all. Once you learn how to do it, it's so easy, it'll be just like a snap. And you'll have new videos, new pictures, new content whenever you want it onto your site. Now, if you've used a word processor like Microsoft Word, you know how to use a blog. Just to show you how easy it is, here is a screenshot of the panel. As you see, type in the new post here, and you just start typing like a regular word processor. When you're done, you click the publish button. It's live. If you're putting on a video, you just drop in a little bit of code, copy and paste it into there. It's live. It takes no time at all to learn how to do this. So it's very similar to word processor. Go through, and if you know somebody that has one already, ask them to show you how it works. It takes no time at all. Now, in the next section, once you've got your sites all logged in that you are going to join, like LinkedIn and Google Plus and all the rest, once you have a blog that's going to be your central nervous system, once you have all of these things lined up, the next thing to do is get the ball rolling. I'm going to show you how to enlist the help of your fellow employees and sales managers, whoever it is you're working with, to help you get the ball rolling so this thing takes off with a blast. So click on part 2 of the disc, and I'll see you there.